Hey everyone! Today we're diving into a topic that affects literally everyone, but most people don't realize it's happening inside them. I'm talking about inflammation. Not the kind you get when you sprain your ankle, but the hidden kind that can silently drive disease, drain your energy, and accelerate aging. You see, when your body's natural defense system, your immune system, is activated, it triggers inflammation to protect you from invaders like bacteria and viruses. But when this inflammatory response is constantly switched on, even when there's no real danger, that's when things start to go haywire. We're going to break down exactly what causes inflammation in the body, the science behind it, and how you can naturally reduce it with simple lifestyle changes. No supplements, no gimmicks. Let's go. All right, let's talk about food. We all know that eating healthy is important, but did you know that certain foods can actually contribute to chronic inflammation? It's true. Think of your body like a high-performance sports car. If you constantly fill it with cheap, low-quality fuel, it's not going to run smoothly, right? The same goes for your body. Processed foods, sugary drinks, and refined carbohydrates. These are the dietary culprits that fan the flames of inflammation. Why? Well, these foods often contain ingredients that your body doesn't recognize as, well, food. Artificial additives, trans fats, excess sugar, they confuse your immune system, triggering an inflammatory response as if it were fighting off an infection. And research backs this up. Studies have shown a direct link between a diet high in processed foods and elevated levels of inflammatory markers in the blood. These markers, like C-reactive protein and tumor necrosis factor alpha, are like little red flags waving around, signaling that your body is in a state of chronic inflammation. But here's the good news. Just like you can choose to fuel your car with premium gas, you can choose to nourish your body with anti-inflammatory foods. We'll dive into those a bit later. Let's talk about your gut, the epicenter of your overall health. You might be surprised to learn that a whopping 70% of your immune system actually resides in your gut. That's right, your gut is like a bustling metropolis for trillions of bacteria, both good and bad, collectively known as your gut microbiome. Now, when your gut microbiome is balanced, with a thriving community of beneficial bacteria, it acts like a well-oiled machine, supporting digestion, nutrient absorption, and, you guessed it, keeping inflammation in check. But here's the catch. When bad bacteria outnumber the good guys, it's like a hostile takeover in your gut. This imbalance, known as dysbiosis, throws everything out of whack. The lining of your gut, which is normally a tight barrier, becomes compromised. We call this leaky gut. And when your gut is leaky, it's like having tiny holes in a fence. Undigested food particles, toxins, and other nasty stuff can escape from your gut and enter your bloodstream. This sets off alarm bells for your immune system, leading to, you guessed it, inflammation throughout your body. We all know that exercise is good for us, but did you know that it's one of the most powerful anti-inflammatory tools you have at your disposal? It's true. You see, when you move your body, you're not just building muscles and burning calories, you're actually influencing the activity of your immune system at a cellular level. Think of it this way. Regular physical activity is like giving your cells a pep talk, encouraging them to communicate effectively and keep inflammation in check. Studies have shown that exercise helps reduce those pesky inflammatory markers we talked about earlier, C-reactive protein and tumor necrosis factor alpha, while also increasing the production of anti-inflammatory molecules. It's like your body's own natural pharmacy, churning out feel-good inflammation-fighting compounds. And it doesn't take hours at the gym to reap the benefits. Even moderate exercise like brisk walking, dancing, or gardening can make a world of difference. Let's talk about stress. We all experience it, but when stress becomes chronic, it wreaks havoc on our bodies. And that includes cranking up inflammation. You see, when you're stressed, your body releases a hormone called cortisol. Now, cortisol is not inherently bad. In fact, it's essential for life. It helps regulate your sleep-wake cycle, energy levels, and response to danger. But when cortisol levels are constantly elevated due to chronic stress, it's like having your finger perpetually glued to the on switch of your body's stress response. And here's the thing. Your brain and body don't differentiate between a looming deadline and a tiger chasing you. A stressful email, traffic jams, relationship drama. Your body interprets these as threats, triggering the release of cortisol and kicking off an inflammatory cascade. Over time, this chronic inflammation can contribute to a whole host of health problems, from heart disease and diabetes to autoimmune disorders and even depression. We all know how important sleep is, but did you know that skimping on shut-eye can actually fuel inflammation in your body? Think of sleep as your body's nightly reset button. While you're snoozing peacefully, your body is hard at work repairing and rejuvenating itself. It's like a well-orchestrated symphony of cellular repair, hormone regulation, and immune system optimization. And here's where inflammation comes in. When you consistently don't get enough sleep, you disrupt this intricate healing process. Your body produces more inflammatory markers, like IL-6 and CRP, and fewer anti-inflammatory molecules. It's like hitting the snooze button on your body's natural healing abilities. Studies have shown that even one night of sleep deprivation can significantly increase levels of inflammation in the body. So, if you're serious about fighting inflammation, prioritizing sleep is non-negotiable. Aim for 7 to 9 hours of quality sleep each night to give your body the time it needs to repair, restore, and recharge. We live in a world saturated with toxins, from the air we breathe to the food we eat and the products we use. And guess what? Many of these environmental toxins can contribute to, you guessed it, inflammation. Think of your body like a sponge, constantly absorbing substances from your surroundings. Now imagine that sponge being dipped in a cocktail of pollutants, pesticides, and heavy metals. Not a pretty picture, right? These toxins can wreak havoc on your cells, disrupting normal function and triggering inflammatory responses. Air pollution, for example, has been linked to increased inflammation in the lungs and cardiovascular system. Pesticides found on conventionally grown produce can disrupt your gut microbiome and trigger inflammation in the gut. And don't even get me started on plastics. Many plastics contain chemicals that mimic hormones in the body, disrupting endocrine function and potentially contributing to inflammation. Let's talk about sugar. And I'm not just talking about the sweet stuff you sprinkle on your cereal. I'm talking about all forms of sugar, including refined carbohydrates like white bread, pasta, and pastries, which your body quickly breaks down into glucose, or sugar, for energy. Now here's the thing. When you eat a diet high in these refined carbohydrates, it sends your blood sugar levels on a roller coaster ride, spiking high and crashing low. And these blood sugar spikes are a major driver of inflammation. You see, when your blood sugar levels rise rapidly, your body releases insulin, a hormone that helps shuttle glucose into your cells for energy. But when your cells are bombarded with too much glucose too often, they become resistant to insulin's effects. This is known as insulin resistance, and it's a key feature of type 2 diabetes. And here's where inflammation comes in. Insulin resistance triggers a cascade of events that promote inflammation throughout your body. Chronic inflammation is at the root of almost every major disease we see today. But the power to reverse it is literally in your hands. You don't need a miracle product. You just need to eat whole, real food, move your body, get quality sleep, protect your peace, and your body will do what it was designed to do, heal. If you found this helpful, hit that like button, subscribe for more no-fluff, science-backed health content, and drop a comment below. What's one anti-inflammatory habit you're going to try this week? Until next time, stay well, stay strong.